I'm spending my summer in Europe, and my plan is to visit 3 countries in 3 weeks. I begin in the Netherlands, where I'll be joined by my friend Joe.
Let me show you my hood.
Noel over here, rented us a boat, and we're gonna go right on the canal. It doesn't even seem real. I feel like I'm on some sort of Disney production set or something.
Then I'll be solo traveling through Slovenia and Montenegro.
This is the iconic image that you will see when you Google Slovenia. I can't believe people actually live here. Beyond just the sheer power of everything, it's the beauty. Slovenia. Impressed. Impressed. Oh, look at that. Wow. Best part is, we can swim in it. It's cold. We're at 1,300 meters up. Woo-hoo-hoo! Yeah! Let's go in. Let's go in. The highlight for me is getting on one of these boats and riding through the river.
It's my first time in these countries, and excited for what adventures may come in this 3-part Europe summer series, traveling the Netherlands, Slovenia, and Montenegro. So back at the start of my last video, I mentioned how I didn't like doing multi-country trips because I wouldn't feel like I'd be able to see a majority of the country jumping around if by chance I'd never returned again. Well, this isn't that trip. Let me explain. These are 3 separate trips that I've been planning for quite some time, and I thought rather than just waiting a year to see these places, why not I just do it all in one shot? The only difference is that these countries are relatively small, so I could be based in one central location and then do day trips to different parts of the country that I want to see. In fact, on one of the tours that I'm planning to do in Montenegro, I'll get to see at least 40 to 45% of the country just in that one day. And so that's what we're gonna do. I mean, the only country I won't be staying in one area in is in Slovenia. And that's just because I personally wanted to stay in Lake Bled and Bobic, but you could absolutely stay in, let's say, the capital city of Ljubljana and then do day trips to these locations. Anyway, I gotta go meet Joey at the airport. We'll be traveling the Netherlands together. Hopefully we get to see a friend while we're there. Then he's gonna go off to Spain, and then I'll be solo traveling through Slovenia and Montenegro. 3 separate countries I've never been to before. I have no idea what to expect, but I'm excited to get this summer vacation started. Joe gets to board first because he paid extra for priority seating. All right, Amsterdam, here we come. From JFK in New York, it's just a 7.5-hour flight to Amsterdam, the capital city of the Netherlands.
The reflection makes it look like Inception. See what it looks like. The reveal.
How many locks was that? It's like a vault.
Well, whoa. Nice. Not bad.
Once arriving, we met up with a friend. This is Noel, and we'll have a few days with him during our time here. For context, Joe and I first met Noel back in 2019 in Bocas del Toro while traveling through Panama. And Noel always stood out amongst others for being quite the character.
This fucking wannabe fucking Mexican prick ain't about as Mexican as my dick wrapped in a tortilla.
But since becoming a dad, he's changed.
I'm glad I shaved my head. I'm gonna be on camera and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, he's still the same Noel, and we'll meet back with him later in the day, giving Joe and I some time to stroll around.
So this has been our day, just walking around the city of Amsterdam, and I would say, first impressions, I love it a lot. It's really charming and chill, and I don't think I could ever get tired of seeing the views from the canal.
Fucking run out in the back of it and wind it up.
Seems legal. Yeah, everyone's doing it. There's Joe with his cat photography. I love that he's got a license plate on his bike.
Once Noel returned, he started showing us some of his favorite spots in town.
This place is packed.
One bite. Everyone knows the rules.
The following morning, the rain had cleared, and it was a perfect day to start exploring. We started early with a cafe breakfast, then took the tram to Amsterdam Central. From here, we'll be taking the train to our first site of the trip.
It's a nice building, man. Good morning. It's a beautiful day today, and it's also my birthday. First official day as well of us seeing any sites today, and the first thing we're gonna do is head outside of Amsterdam to the 17th century windmills of Zaanse Schans. I probably ruined that. I'm sorry, Netherlands. I gave it my best shot. But anyway, let's get going.
It's just a short 20-minute train ride to Zaanse Schans. The neighborhood of Zaanse Schans is best known for its collection of historical windmills, with the village being a protected scene due to its architectural and historical landscape.
Was a frosty winter morn, many a better deed, and when he praised her to his heart, and oh, what a day! And oh, tell me of you, my love, and storms are raging high, so fair a love remember me, your faithful sailor boy.
Joe being the Good Samaritan taking photos.
From 1961 to 1974, these windmills were relocated from the North region for preservation.
So I read that there is only 5 left of the original 500 or 600. This is it. It's like we're back in time.
Hi there, beautiful people! We have 12 people on board.
You want to walk back to the other guy?
Yeah. What do we got over here? That looks like it's right out of a children's book. Perfect.
The market was selling locally sourced products, so we decided to check it out.
Would you like to try some cheese?
If I take it on a plane, will it last?
You can keep this outside the fridge for a year if you want to. The other one 4 weeks outside the fridge, but this one is fine.
Thank you.
Have you tried?
Take a slice of this. Yes.
That one is wax.
We saw one of these boat rides here. We're going to take this. I love a good boat ride. It's a nice, relaxing way to kind of get a different perspective of the area.
Hi guys, warm?
A little bit.
To cool off a little bit? To the sprinklers?
Yes.
Okay, welcome everyone. My name is Matthijs. It's here at Zaanse Schans. I grew up here, so I can hopefully answer all your questions if you have them. If I can't answer them, I will give you your money back at the end of the ride. Promise? Of course not.
What is the new industry? Is it
Mostly based on food. Cacao, oil, and a that's all due to these windmills that are here.
There was 600 of them. What happened to the other?
They got removed because the Industrial Revolution came from the UK and they invented the steam engines and they were much more useful. Not all the windmills that are here are actually always from here. They were taken from other places in the region, in the area. They put it up and they replaced over here. They would lock up the wood in the water for 90 days. During those 90 days the wood so it gets more soft and therefore it's easier to cut.
Oh, we saw them. Them with the restaurant.
My parents also got married up here 42 years ago.
During that tour, we found out that the market we sampled only came once a year, and it just so happened to be the day that we were there.
This day is actually the best day to be here at the Zaanse Schans because the boutiques are not here every day. So it's a good day to be here at the Zaanse Schans.
All right, that's the end of this day. Pretty awesome birthday. It's incredible that just 20 minutes away, 4 stops away from the main city of Amsterdam, you get to see all of this. Pretty awesome day.
Today, we'll be headed to the furthest northeast of the country, visiting the village of Marken. It's only a 30-minute journey to the fishing town of Marken. Marken sits within a peninsula, but it was once an island until 1957 with the construction of the causeway. Today, these picturesque wooden houses are now an international tourist destination.
Wow, nature. Today we're starting our day a little bit late. Last night we felt pretty restless and decided to take a stroll down to the red light district, which was pretty interesting. Today what we're going to do is going to head to the far east of the country to a village called Marken, which we're here at now. This place does not seem real. It kind of seems like a fairy tale, like out of a children's book. It's really charming, and that's what we're doing today. Just going to stroll around.
First, we checked out the Marken Museum to learn more of the history of the village.
In 1957, Marken was connected to the mainland with a dike, and the road across it was completed 2 years later.
We then made our way down to the harbor.
Wow, these homes are so beautiful. It doesn't even seem real. I just feel like I'm on a Disney production set. This has got to be like the world's smallest beach. So this is called the Wave Memorial, and it's in dedication to those that lost their lives during a massive flood on January 13th and 14th of 1916. And it sits here right at the edge of the old port. And I think the hands reaching out supposed to mean reaching out for help. But now we're gonna go head to the Dutch wooden shoe factory. And the Dutch have made this very famous if you've ever seen images of it. I remember seeing this as a kid, like cartoons and images of this wooden shoe. Apparently they're still making them. And I don't know who they're gonna sell them to because they just don't look very comfortable, but let's go check it out. All right, there it is.
Inside, I met a local named Jan, and we had a great chat, and he taught me a lot.
People still wear these?
Well, farmers most likely, because they have a lot of flat land with a lot of dirt. They want to keep their own shoes clean, and then the wooden shoes they can make dirty, you see.
I can't imagine these being very comfortable. You're wearing them!
Yeah, man.
Are they actually comfortable?
I think so, but you need to get used to it.
Wait, hold on, just to get a scope of this. Jesus.
All in every city different. So if you look at the shoes of somebody, you could know where they were from, which part of the Netherlands.
Interesting. What would be my size?
I think this one works. The moment of truth.
Oh, that's not so bad actually. They're a little loose. I mean, I get, is this It just feels like they're falling off. I might need a smaller size.
That's how they work. It's like flip-flops.
They're like the old version of Crocs.
Indeed.
I see a lot of people wearing Yankee hats.
The New York Yankees are two Dutch names like Jan and Kees, and because they came there a long time ago, a lot of people there who lived there were called Jan and Kees, and they started the baseball team, and that's where the name came from.
So even the Yankees is Dutch related.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, we're gonna miss the demo. So this is the workshop. Wow. Everything comes from just this one piece. So one pair of shoes comes from one of these. Oh, that was so nice of them. So the demo doesn't start until about maybe 10:30, 12, but we have to get back to Amsterdam. So unfortunately we won't get to see it, but they've been very helpful and I got to learn a lot. So we're out. We beat out the tourists. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Here you go, Tweety.
It was a great start to the day, but after a quick lunch and feeding some birds, we would leave Marken to head back to the city to explore another popular area called Utrecht.
Alright, so we are now in an area called Utrecht, which is funny because I used to live in an area called New Utrecht in Brooklyn many years ago. And it's just interesting that a lot of the names that you'll see in New York City, like Haarlem or Utrecht, are Dutch named. Very busy here, but it's not like a bad touristy thing. I like the vibe, charm is nice. It's kind of got like a Venice thing going on.
The medieval center of Utrecht is known for its tree-lined canals. And towering over the city is the iconic Dam Tower, Netherlands' tallest church, a 14th century emblem of the city's rich heritage and culture.
So Amsterdam is a very beautiful and very open city, especially around the canals, which leads a lot of opportunity for mishap. So when we got there, we asked Noel if he's ever seen anybody fall in the canal. And he says that he's heard stories of people being drunk and falling in, but he's never actually physically seen it. So Joey and I are walking to go rent kayaks. I turn around to film something and then I immediately hear this scream like a ah and a big splash. I look over and Joey turns around with his wide eyes and goes, someone just fell in the canal. So I walk over and I lean over. There she is in the canal. 5 years Noel's been living there and he's never seen anybody fall in. Joey and I get to see it in the first couple of days. I mean, Joey more so than I, but I'll take the W on that one.
Not bad.
My pants are gonna be soaked.
My pants are already soaked.
Yeah.
If you're ever in the area of Utrecht, I highly recommend you do the canal ride. The sceneries alone are incredible, passing through cafes and historical buildings and parks and seeing families having a good time together. It's a really good activity to do.
All you need is some water and that's it. That's your whole day. We're back. For a second there, we thought we went the wrong way because the area looked completely different from where we were at. And we were contemplating dumping this kayak somewhere from this side and going home. All right, let's go get some dinner. What's up, El Capitan?
Carolina.
Nice to meet you, Carolina. So, Noel's back. Hi, Tony.
Hi, Carolina, nice to meet you.
Are you the captain?
Yeah, I'm the co-captain.
Co-captain.
Noel is the captain.
The next day, we met back up with Noel, who's rented a boat and will be taking us through the canals for the afternoon.
So, Noel, how long is this whole
2 hours.
2 hours? Oh, this is beautiful. So on day one, we arrived, it was cloudy and raining, and we were supposed to do this on day one. But today,
I know, it's gorgeous.
It's gorgeous out, and Captain Skipper, hey! Noel over here, rented us a boat, and we're gonna go right on the canal.
I think the best bit has been, honestly, the fact that yesterday we went to Marken, then Utrecht, and still had plenty of time in the day. And it's all public transportation. It's amazing. You can take a train and go to lunch in a different city.
Yeah. So this store here, the Green de Winkel, is the best apple pie in Amsterdam.
No kidding.
Is that what we're gonna have afterwards?
You should definitely go there.
This is what we were thinking about doing. This is way cooler than doing that. Look at all the boat.
With 62 miles of canals on 90 islands, built during the 17th century Dutch Golden Age, the canals of Amsterdam can be considered as the Venice of the North.
Looks like we got a little bit of traffic jam here. Canal jam.
See this brown one?
What is this?
This brown one is where supposedly Snoop did his
video?
album. Yeah. Yeah. So this is like a really fancy, famous hotel here. Out of my pay grade.
It's like a plaza.
Yeah.
And how much are these houses here on the water?
You can't get a plot anymore, basically. Like, you're dusted.
So the space is all taken up, that's it.
Yeah.
So if you have that, you're holding on to that for generations.
But they're all plumbed into the main system. So you've got electricity, you've got plumbing into the sewer. So you're not
Shitting in a bucket.
shitting in a bucket. But when you go out a little, like there's like double and triple story boathouses, and they're amazing.
You're saying this house over here is owned by royalty?
Riding on the canal was by far the best thing we've done on this trip. And having Noel take the time out to rent us a boat and even go as far as to like give us a little bit of history on the things that we were looking at was just amazing. Now, how accurate he is.
90% of the time, and correct 60% of the time.
It doesn't even matter.
They're waiting for French fries?
Remember, we walked past it and we're like, what are they waiting in line for?
A couple of things.
But there's gotta be something special.
It's TikTok, man.
Yeah.
Thank you, though.
Amazing afternoon. A great job from Noel the captain and Joe the skipper.
No, I'm killing it. Beef stew and
Beef stew.
Chief steward. Chief stewardess.
And then we met back up later in the evening because he invited us over for dinner, and then we got to spend time with him and his son.
Sonny has a dream. He'd love nothing more than to be turned into a huge dinosaur.
We're chilling, watching Paw Patrol.
The following day, we did a guided tour at the Rijks Museum, learning about some of the Netherlands' most famous painters.
Actually, Vincent van Gogh was quite commercially unsuccessful during his life. He only sold one piece of art during his life. He fell in love with Rembrandt as an artist and with one painting in particular called The Jewish Bride. And he wrote to his brother that he would have given up 10 years of his life just to spend 14 days in front of this painting. It's your favorite?
Oh, just Vermeer in general.
Yeah, there was actually a big Vermeer exhibition last year at the Rijks Museum. They managed to collect 27 of his 37 works, which was actually the biggest Vermeer exhibition ever. They came to Rembrandt and they were like, well, Rembrandt, we would like to have a nice group portrait on the wall of our office, so can you please paint it for us? And he painted himself here as a standard bearer. It was painted in 1642. It took him 2.5 years to paint this. He realized that if he wanted to become a successful painter, he had to move to Amsterdam. So he moved to Amsterdam at the age of 24.
I'm done with the Rijks Museum. Totally worth doing it with the guided tour. You learn so much more. We were supposed to go to another outdoor museum, but it just started pissing with rain. So rain check on that.
Hoping the rain would be short-lived, we still decided to take a quick train ride to the area of Haarlem.
Show me your hood.
Let me show you my hood.
Well, we thought we'd call it a little bit of a break after the museum. It stopped raining, so we thought, let's go check out the area of Haarlem. We're in Haarlem now. It just started pouring again, and now we're just hiding in this cafe here. We're gonna wait about 20 minutes to see if it calms down, and if it doesn't, I guess we're just gonna call it a day.
Sadly, the rain didn't stop.
We were in Haarlem, and we're out of Haarlem. Bye. All right, good morning. Last and final day here in Holland, and the clouds are clear again, but you know, it's just a little bit windy. And that's the thing with this country, is like we've experienced 3 different seasons in 1 week. You gotta prepare for the summer heat, some possible rain and windy weather. But we're gonna try to hit Hague, and then that's it in the morning. I head to Slovenia and Joe heads to Spain. That's us. Look at the graffiti on this.
The city of Hague is just a 40-minute train ride from Amsterdam. Once arriving, it's a quick tram ride to the boardwalk. This North Seacoast area west in Netherlands is a great place to enjoy plenty of outdoor activities. But on this day, the weather was not to our liking.
All right, we're at the Scheveningen Beach Resort. Very touristy area, a bunch of casinos and hotels here. We're walking the pier, looking at the Ferris wheel right now, which is very popular. We got bungee jumping, we got zip lining. We're thinking about it, but it's just so damn windy. I don't know who would want to go in this water right now. It is freezing out here. Crazy, you got surfers here too, look. What's the cage for? That's gotta be for bungee jumping. There she goes! I think that's it. It's a nice beach, but obviously you can't swim, it's too cold. And we're not going to do the zip line or the Ferris wheel. So we're out of here, and then we'll head to our next location. Rijks Palace. All right, next stop is Rijks Palace. I'm probably butchering that. Otherwise known as the Peace Palace. And this place houses the International Court of Justice, which is the principal judicial body of the United Nations. And I just read that, so it's not like I know anything about this.
Leaving Hague, we went back to Central Station to visit one more area for the last day of our trip.
Okay, we just got off at Central Station. We're a little bit hungry, so we're gonna stop in here and get ourselves a traditional Dutch pancake. And then we're gonna head to the NDSM Worth Open Air Museum. That may have been the shortest ferry ride ever. And it's free for people, bikes, we saw even cars. That's pretty awesome.
NDSM is a neighborhood in Amsterdam located on a former shipyard.
This screams 5 Points Brooklyn.
After closing, it became occupied by squatters. Now, it houses large companies, galleries, and festivals throughout the year.
So this old shipyard is dedicated to artists who can buy their own lots or plots and spaces in this shipyard to work on their craft. Body paint art event. We just missed it. That would have been awesome to catch.
Once we got back, we met up with Noel one last time to say our final goodbyes.
Good boy.
Fuck off now.
Get out of here, suckers.
See you, man.
Later, Noel.
Coming to the end of this Netherlands trip, it wasn't the most epic ending, but what was most surprising was experiencing so much of their art scene. And this is mostly in part to Joe, since he's much more refined than I am.
Make me look regal like George Washington coming along the Delaware.
It was also unexpected to learn that New York has so much Dutch influence.
We have Haarlem, we have Utrecht. I used to live in Utrecht.
And of course, I'm happy that Joe and I got to experience another trip together, but it was really super awesome that we got to see Noel again. The time that we got to spend with him made the entire trip, and his kid is super adorable. The Dutch charm of the Netherlands, or Holland, they're both used interchangeably, comes in spades, especially Amsterdam.
I could honestly see myself living here.
So while the Netherlands was a great start to this adventure, it's time to say goodbye and prepare for the second country of this trip, Slovenia. See you in the next episode.
I knew that when I came here I would love it, but I didn't think I would love it this much.
Wow, that is incredible.
I can't believe people actually live here. Beyond just the sheer power of everything, it's the beauty.
It's the biggest natural permanent lake in Slovenia.
Slovenia. Impressed. I got the full production value here today.
Vlogging.
Right by the canal. And she put her chair backwards and there was a little step and she just tumbled over.
This has been our day in Amsterdam, day one, and I'm working. Don't worry, don't think about me.
You gonna twerk for me as well?
I don't know why I'm hand-boning.